Human beings have what social scientists call a negativity bias. Now, this is actually a really good thing, but let me tell you about this negativity bias. So it is, our brain is prone to looking at what might go wrong to a really distorted perspective. And there's a really good reason for that, because over the generations, think back to our ancestors countless generations ago, they had to learn to anticipate problems, threats to their lives. If a noise was in a bush, they always had to think it was some sort of dangerous tiger or snake or something like that. And if they jumped 20 times, 100 times in a row, and nothing happened, worst that happens, they look like a fool. But on the 101st time, if there really was something, they might have stayed alive. So the more cautious of our ancestors tended to have more children. So that's passed on to us, and it's a good thing when you're in the jungle. It's a great thing if you're in a back alley or someone's chasing you. You get all that energy and fight, flight, or freeze response. You want to get out of there. However, the negativity bias really gets in the way when you're in the boardroom, when you're talking to your children, when you're talking to your parents, relating with people in general. It can really get in the way. So what we talk about is really helpful is to rebalance yourself, get a more realistic perspective. And there's sort of a range of positive things you can think about to help you get a much better balance. And what we like to present to you is the idea of shooting for 10 to 1. Now the research that we've read actually talks about high-performing teams tend to be really good if they're in the 5.6 to 1 all the way up to 11 point something or another to 1. So 5.6 positives for every one negative, up to 11. So we just aim for 10. We tend to be pretty good. And those are things like what your goals are, what's working for you, what are practices that you've done that's really been good, what are good ideas that other people have, that type of thing. And then also what else might work, coming up with new thoughts, new ideas, creativity, recognizing somebody's high successes, praising them for what they've done, even recognizing yourself for what you've done. So these are all positive things that really help you move forward and rebalance that negativity bias. Now I want to be really clear. You still have to look at the hard truth. Just positive isn't enough. You have to be able to look at that hard truth. That's why you have to have that 1 in 10 or 1 to 5.6 or whatever it is. But you have to look at that hard truth. Now then just get off of that and get back to the positive. So look at it, face it. If you failed at something, face it, and then get off that stuff. Don't beat yourself up. Don't go into the blame game, accusing people of things. Try to get off that as quickly as you can to a solution and what ideas that you need. And that's the 10 to 1. A lot of the knowledge is shit. A lot of the times opportunity calls you. So that's really helpful.